Hi guys, it's Kathy. Yay, we're back. I missed you guys so much. You have no idea. Where's Fozzie? Fozzie made me late by calling me to tell me that I was late and I needed to get on. Yep, that happened. It happened just a second ago. Okay, sugar, it's too late now. But before you skip ahead, if you're watching this intro later, don't skip ahead yet. Wait, just wait 1 second. Um, because I'm about to say stuff, but I need to give everybody a warning first because I feel like I have to. So we're meeting in court vibes. We're more like a family that sort of watches court videos, maybe. But most of the time, we're just chatting and talking and joking and laughing and pissing everybody else off, and then being happy again and everything. Um, and I'm about to tell you about what I just did. But before I do that, the people that you meet online are people online. Just so you know, nothing happened to me. Absolutely nothing happened to me. I love everybody. But the people you meet online are people online and you don't know anything about them ever. So, what I did, I am not suggesting or glamorizing in any way, shape, or form because the people you meet online are never really normally who they are in a chat room. So if you meet some people online here, be way careful. Be way more careful than I was. I thought I was fine, but just remember these people are just people online. Um, and it's a dangerous situation when you meet someone in chat rooms because you don't know. So just be careful. Just remember, keep your friends. They're great friends. But if you ever meet in person, make sure it's carefully. There. Now you can fast forward. Okay, guys. Oh my God. I have to tell you about my day. I had the best day ever in Texas. Oh my gosh. Whoo. So I get to Texas late because something happened with my first flight. Got another flight, got to Texas late. Then we had a small issue in the garage. So no, I did not get to see the judge, which is fine. Which is fine. I got to spend 2.5 hours with Donald at the airport, at Houston Airport, which is huge and crazy and busy. And colors go to B, blue, and C, purple, and level 4, 2, 5, 6, whatever. It was big. And no matter where you went, it sort of looked exactly the same. So it was like a huge maze. So I was with Donald for a couple hours. And then I pull into this parking lot of this steakhouse in Texas. Yeah, yeah, I had a steak in Texas. I ate a steak in Texas with some beer. Yes, I did. But I'm there, and first person who comes out, Fozzie. Fozzie's right there. Victoria is right there. Ramona is right there. Allie is right there. Shatoria is right there. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Victoria is a force of nature. And we're sitting at the table eating, and the waiter, we're done eating. Okay, we're done. We're all done eating. The waiter comes over with this with a black checkbook, and she's just like, he's behind her. I don't know. I don't even know how she saw it. And I don't even think she said it out loud, but she's like, separate checks. And he just turned around and separate checks. And then we're sitting there. The waiter's like across the restaurant, and she just points at her cup to go, to go, to go. It was so quiet. I'm sitting directly in front of her, and I barely heard it. And I was ready to go get her to go cup right away. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, she was so great. She was so great. The judge got me flowers. Yep. And they were on the table and they were beautiful, gorgeous. I loved them. Thank you, Judge. But they like blocked Ramona half the time, which sucked because I loved Ramona. And Shatoria is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Allie. Allie is great. Allie kept the going a lot. So that was really good. And then Fozzie was very quiet. Fozzie was very quiet, believe it or not. But you know what though? I could have picked this. Fozzie ordered chicken fried steak, and I could have picked that. I could have picked that. But yeah, poor poor Victoria is just like Fozzie. They don't like food. Like they just don't like food. Fozzie was well behaved and Fozzie looked great. He had a new haircut and beard cut, beard trim. I don't know what you call it because I don't have a beard. Um, and he reminded me of Walter White with his new do. I'm like, yeah, let's go cook some. Don't say that in an intro, but Kelly, you're the part that hurt me the most, Kelly. You are the part. You are the part. I was like, I don't know how many feet away from Kelly, and I didn't get to see her. I was right there. I was so close to Kelly, and I didn't get to see her. Oh, that was the worst. That was the worst. I could just imagine what Kelly would have said. I'm sitting at the restaurant eating, thinking, "Oh man, Kelly would have said something about that. Kelly would have said something about that." There was stuff all over the walls. I'm like, "Nope, Kelly would have said something about that." that. Oh, man, I wish Kelly would have been there. Yep, but it was fantastic. It was the best day ever. I'm still, like, higher than a kite about it, I'm telling you. And I should warn about that because it's not a joke. Some people are bad and they don't act bad. You don't know they're bad until it's too late. Internet people are internet people. You gotta be careful. You just gotta be careful. You just gotta use your head. Don't meet people at their home. Go to Houston Airport where there's a shit ton of people all over the place who are very happy. No one's happy at the airport. I was. I was I told you what I was gonna do and I did it. So I had this necklace on. I forgot to take it off because I forgot it was there. I don't wear necklaces. When I went through security. So I get into the machine where you gotta like, you know, throw your hands up and everything. And it went off because I had this big necklace on. So she says, "I'm gonna have to pat you down." I said, let's go." So she's touching me up where the necklace was, and I'm like, "Oh, oh yeah." I, I, I tried to do it without laughing, but I couldn't. And yeah, I'm still glad they let me in the airport after that. But listen, if TSA is gonna pat me down, I'm gonna moan, and I did. Yep. But yeah, it was fun. It was so much fun. Yes, in on the table in the pictures that I post in Discord is the flowers. I had cowboy boots on. Yes, I did. Cowboy boots. Yeah. And I got to eat a steak and drink some beer in Texas with Court 5. Oh man, it was so good. It was so good. They are just like they are on camera. Kelly, when you do that, moan. Moan. All right. Let's do court videos. We haven't done court videos in days. Seems like years. Listen, you get your pets where you can take them from whoever will give them to you. The judge did. but I couldn't take them home with me because I wasn't allowed to take that on the plane. So I couldn't. Yeah, you should have. You should have. I would have moaned. I think so. I wasn't about to not wear cowboy boots because who knows what would happen to me. People say that Yankee. Yep, I'm a northerner. I'm a northerner, all right. Look, I was in Texas for a tiny little time and I saw the sun, a tiny itsy bitsy little part of Texas. I saw the sun from the car to the restaurant and the restaurant to the car, and I'm like burned. like I have like sunburn because I'm northerner. We don't do that sun right next to our body. The sun is so far away and there's snow in between it. Okay. So I don't even know what's on my screen right now, but we can all look at it together. Um, I had to turn to YouTube. I had to turn to YouTube to get some content for today because everything I recorded earlier today was junk. I didn't like any of it. And I had Judge Frost. I had perfect judges. I had the perfect scenario. I had a judge that you've never seen before. He's amazing. Georgia. He said July, and it was so good. But everything, he went through 140 people and he just went through them. Nobody complained, nobody yelled, nothing. And then I had Judge Frost, who does divorces, and the people were so nice to each other. They're like, "Yeah, we'll just sell the house and blah, da, 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 da." So I had to turn to YouTube to get some content, and I am so glad I did. Guys, this is crazy. We're gonna see a tiny first clip of some guy, and then we're gonna see this stalker. And this judge body slams this stalker verbally, repeatedly, over and over again, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Here we go.
Ordered a pre-sentence investigation report along with victim impact statement and drug and alcohol evaluation. Those having been accomplished and delivered, we're here today for sentence.
Mr. Matthews. Thank you, Your Honor. From the very beginning, with Mr. Gardner's interaction with law enforcement, he did indicate that he had issues with crack cocaine that he wanted help with. He was very forthright in his discussions with officers regarding the facts surrounding this case. We have secured a bed for Mr. Gardner at the Alpha House in Oberlin. The program would last approximately 4 to 6 months and would revolve around case management, group therapy, and individual therapy for substance use disorder.
Oh my gosh, I forgot something. I forgot something very important. Court 5 left me a very, very nice gift. I hid in my purse so nobody could see it. And I just want to thank everybody at Court 5 for, it's hard because I keep wanting to say Court Vibes. I want to thank everybody at Court 5 for my gift. I really appreciate it. You guys are, I mean, you guys are outstanding. You just really are. Okay, sorry.
We are aware that Mr. Gardner does have a pending case for which there is a warrant. However, were the court to consider placing him on community control, he could potentially be taken to that jurisdiction, released on a bond, given the fact that we do have this bed available for him, for that court to allow him to do that. And we do think that there still is a route, Your Honor, to place Mr. Gardner into drug treatment and put him on community control.
Thank you. Mr. Gardner, what do you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
For starters, Your Honor, informally, I'd like to apologize to the intended victim. There's no excuse for my behavior, even a drug addiction. There's no excuse. So, other than that, I've learned some things in Lake County since I've been here last 4 months. One of those things, how you operate as a judge, and how I should go about communicating with you in regards to this case here on out. And thank you for the opportunity to be able to find placement in a treatment facility on my own, especially one for which I am alumni. Other than that, since I've been here in this jail.
Yep, he's an alumni of that treatment facility, so he's going back.
For the last 4 months, I've been represented by Mr. Antonio Nichols. I'm not one to complain. Again, I have an excuse for doing what I did, but misrepresentation is understatement. Mr. Nichols came to me several times not knowing who I was, and I haven't had much time at all, although I pleaded with Mr. Matthews to have a conversation with him about this warrant, for which now he acts as if it's new information. I did everything I could to try to communicate appropriately through the proper channels with Aaron Mayer and Mr. Matthews. I've even reached out to Mr. Frank DeMario, who I thought was going to be in court with me today.
Did he reach out to the lawyer that he hired? Oh, wait, no, he didn't.
Or not with me, but he said he was going to sit in. He was the one that actually reached out to the Alpha House and got me the bed letter and got the information.
That's so true.
To forward to Mr. Matthews. But other than that, I make no excuses. I make no complaints.
When I talk to CJ and Beck, I can't talk because I'm just sitting there listening, and it's amazing.
I just want to have you aware of where I stand in this particular case, Your Honor. And thank you for the opportunity to speak.
This warrant from Lorain County went out in June of 24. Was that when you were indicted? Do you know?
No, actually, Your Honor, this case is a bit older than that.
Right, I know that it's from April of 23, I believe, is when the offense date is.
Yes, at that time, my addiction was still in full throttle. They gave me an opportunity to come back to court with a personal bond, but I was, again, my addiction was in full throttle. I had no way out as far as transportation-wise to get to Lorain County. I just basically went back to my addiction and winded up here in Lake County. And to be quite, again, transparent with you about the case, it was regarding me putting my cigar out in someone's seat, in their car seat. That's what the arson case was about. Not to minimize it, but just to have you understand the extremities of it. There's no accelerant involved. There was no buildings or anything. It was, again, not to minimize it, but it was a cigar placed on the car seat.
Did the car catch on fire?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. It was, I believe, it was a Dodge Charger or Challenger, if I can remember.
Okay.
So any damage done to this car is going to cause some type of, money, some type of cost.
The problem is that you can't, even if I put you on probation, you're going immediately to Lorain County to deal with that case.
From what I can remember, if I may, the judge that I spoke with, I can't remember. I believe it was, I don't even think it was a judge. It was one of the magistrates. It wasn't the main judge, but I was told that it was a judge similar to how you operate when it comes to treatment. If they know that.
You said that twice now, and I'm not sure how I operate.
Oh, well, I mean, you know what? I'll be honest with you, Your Honor.
I mean, people talk and they say things, but I don't think they know what they're talking about.
Okay, Your Honor.
Because I don't operate under any, you can't fit me in a box. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I do that.
That's true.
and then I'll do the exact opposite. So anyway, but go
Well, let me
ahead.
be more straightforward with you. There are jailhouse lawyers here in this jail, and I've been on at least 5 different pods. They all say that when it comes to treatment, you're big on that, and don't lie to you. Those are the 2 main things I've heard over and over again. Be straightforward with you, and if you want treatment, be serious about it. So all the other rigmarole, I can't translate that, but.
Well, I mean, they're right on that because most people drug addicted have a habit of lying.
He's one of those
And
sassy
usually
redheads.
can get away with it, but so. All right, anything else you want to say?
Your Honor, that's it.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure I was completely transparent and heard about everything I feel emotional about at this moment.
How did you meet the 20-year-old guy in this thing?
Your Honor, it's not really that long of a story. I was living in Dayton. I went to Dayton for treatment. I got a 1.5 year recovery in Dayton. I relapsed, lost a very good job with the Engineers Club of Dayton.
What was that job?
Engineers Club of Dayton. I don't know if you're familiar with Orville and Wilbur Wright, the birthplace of aviation.
Yeah.
I was blessed enough to stumble
I don't know if you're familiar with Orville Wright.
across a really nice position there as a BEO coordinator, a new member liaison, and a bar manager at this place. I gained the organization's trust, and guys like Bernie Marino,
Yes,
different
please.
politicians and
Please,
things.
please,
I
please,
coordinated
please.
BEOs for them during the campaign. However, I lost that job, being intoxicated. Yeah, and I relapsed. I reached out to some people. People reached out to other people, and some guys called me and said, "Hey, this is what we do." They made me a fake ID. They were connected to some other people. I met that guy that morning.
But you were in Dayton.
Yeah.
And this 20-year-old guy was in Cleveland.
Correct. These guys, they came and picked me up. They came and picked me
Well,
up.
how did you get a hold of the 20-year-old guy?
I'm telling you, Your Honor, they came and picked me up from Dayton
I know, but why?
so that they can involve me in this fraud thing.
How did this guy in Cleveland know about you in Dayton?
Your Honor, if you give me just maybe 20 seconds and give you, I'm trying to give you the full
All right,
situation
go ahead.
without being long-winded. They drove me from Dayton. These kids, they do fraud. That's what they do. They're good at it. They came and picked me up, put me in a hotel, fed me good, brought me the clothes that I have on. They bought those clothes. All right. They got me the fake ID and said, "This is what you're going to do. You're going to go in the bank and you're going to pretend to be this guy, do what they call an attachment." I guess they got wind that I'm pretty well spoken. Go in the bank, be this guy. Make this guy a primary card holder. And that way this kid can later on go back to different branches and do what they call a wipe out this guy's account. And they'll pay me a fraction of what they get out of the account. So again, I met that kid that morning. They picked me up from the hotel in Cleveland and said, "Are you ready to work?" I said, "Yeah." They took me to Burlington, bought me a black shirt, black pants, tried to make me look professional. Picked this kid up that I just met that morning. And
That was Payne, right? Payne was the guy with you in the bank.
I met that kid that
Yeah, I
morning.
know. Here's what I'm trying to figure out, though. I forget the 20-year-old kid's name. How is it that he came to Dayton to pick you up? Who arranged
No,
that?
he didn't come to Dayton to pick me up, Your Honor.
Who picked you up and took you to Cleveland?
Your Honor, like I said before, there is a posse of young guys.
I know there are, okay? I know that, but you're living your life in Dayton.
Yes.
And somebody gets a hold of you and wants you to come to Cleveland to engage in this scheme, right?
I waited for a month for this particular opportunity.
But who contacted you about this in the first place?
Well, I gave them access to my phone. They asked me, so I know a few guys' names. I know a guy named Charlie and some guy named, I forget his name, Charles Ponzi. I don't know their names. I just know their aliases. These guys will come pick you up, tell you what it is. There's some smart little,
I know that, but
yeah,
but my question is, at some point when you're living in Dayton, living your life, you have no idea of this stuff going on in
Right.
Cleveland, okay? And at some point, you find out about it either by contacting somebody or somebody contacting you.
correct.
Who contacted you, or who did you?
I reached out to some guys that I know from treatment.
Okay.
They're doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That was my question.
Okay. I understand. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Yeah. I thought you wanted to kind of know who those guys know. Somebody else was doing it. He put me on, and next thing you know, I attempted it, and it was a failed attempt.
All right. So you were at some place called Woodhaven in Dayton for
Correct.
treatment,
Correct.
and then you were inpatient at through Cats in Cuyahoga County
Correct.
in 21. And what about the Alpha House?
Alpha House was the second to the
He actually should be a politician because he didn't answer that question at all.
last treatment facility that I've been to.
Okay. So what did you learn at treatment?
What did I learn? Oh my God, a lot. Again, I started using like in 2019. It wasn't until recently that I actually started going through the 12-step program, and that was with the Alpha House and Woodhaven.
All right. So what fell apart? Because
Not having a plan.
you went to treatment. You had the instruction and the suggested structure about what to do. So how did it fall apart?
It fell apart because I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a plan to stay sober. I was basically just riding the tide. I have absolutely no problem getting a job. I have no problem going through an interview. The things that a lot of addicts, a lot of
Yeah, but
criminals,
it's on his knees.
find difficult is communicating or back, integrating themselves back into society. My problem is I got beside myself. I started making good money. Money is a trigger for me. Once I'm sitting up and I don't have any hobbies or anything to do, I got a pocket full of money. I get exposed to people, places, and things, and next thing you know, I'm thinking, with the physical allergy or the mental obsession, I can handle one more and have a problem again. So I didn't have a plan, Your Honor.
Yes, Fozzie has a lot of hair on the back of his knees.
Well, Your Honor, I just heard that the defendant reached out to an organized crime ring in order to come to our community and commit this crime. He has a criminal history.
I just want you to know, Bill saved us. Bill was so nice. We are going to watch the Judge Fleischer that we missed because I was gone. Because Bill got it for me and sent it to me so that I could get it. So all the Fleischer that I missed running around the country, we're still going to watch because Bill gave it to me. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Been to prison before. The state believes he should go back to prison.
Did this Medina thing, or not Medina, Lorraine thing, does anybody know if he's been indicted on it?
I don't, but I'm sure that if we look in the Lorain County Common Pleas,
I've been indicted. I've been to court. I've been released on personal bond. I never went back to court because I didn't have the transportation it means to get back.
Okay. So when did you get indicted on that? It was before June of 20. I mean, the warrant's out because you were given a court date to go back, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I was supposed to go back and handle the case.
Which judge were you assigned to, you know?
I want to say it was a Spanish thing, like Villanueva or something to that effect. I'm not sure, Your Honor. It's just, again, once I fell into my addiction, nothing else mattered.
Yeah, the judge of Lorain County is Judge John Raldi.
Well,
Moraldi?
I guess that's battalion. Sorry.
Okay. All right. All right. What I want to do is I want to
Wow,
contact our
that's
office, find
amazing.
out a little bit about that case.
160,000 subs.
So you're gonna go back over here for now.
That's real well
Understood.
done. Well
And
done.
I'll find out about that case. I'll communicate that to Mr. Matthews, you and Ms. Mulligan. Because I want to know what that's about before I do anything here. So, Mr. Glazier, take him back. We'll reconvene at another time.
Okay, guys, now it's time. Now we get at this guy. This guy, I guess I shouldn't say. Warning, jump scares when the judge gets mad. Jump scares when the judge gets mad. He gets mad
You
a
were
lot.
previously in court on August 27th, 2024, where the defendant pled guilty to count 1, menacing by stalking, a felony of the 4th degree, in violation of revised code section 2903.211A1. Count 2, menacing by stalking, a felony of the 4th degree, in violation of revised code section 2903.211A1. Count 5, violating a protection order, a felony of the 5th degree, in violation of revised code section 2919.27A2. Count 7, violating a protection order, a felony of the 5th degree, in violation of revised code section 2919.
My mother would be horrified. You would break my mother's heart if you did that.
27A2, and count 8, criminal damaging a misdemeanor of the 1st degree in violation of revised code section 2909.06A1. The court ordered a pre-sentence investigation and report and a victim impact statement. The state has had the opportunity to review those reports and is prepared to proceed with sentencing. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reardon?
Your Honor, I have also reviewed the pre-sentence report and psychological assessment. I agree that Mr. Union has been inpatient, or if I can call it that. He's been a resident at the Alpha House and treating at the Genesis Center. There's a representative here, Shannon Storm, who is here to offer an update and tell you what has been going on since August the 28th, in addition to what was in the reports. My understanding is that the state and defense are making a joint recommendation to you of community control sanctions. It is my recommendation to you, based on what I read and based on Mr. Union's criminal history and what is significant and relevant here, that the court order community control and order Mr. Union to comply with the recommendations of the assessors, including follow-up treatment and recommendations as indicated. I know that the alleged victim is here and will be making a statement, and it's my understanding.
Well, no longer alleged, right?
Well,
Yes.
correct. My understanding that she will also stand up and say to you that she would like Mr. Union to receive treatment versus incarceration. And I believe, given his history, which is all related
I just lost my internet. That's true. That's what my phone says. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me at all? Thank you, Bill. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to see how this works. Hopefully this works. I don't think it's going to, but hopefully this works. I'm gonna back it up 10 seconds. I stopped it right away. Yes, Fozzie, I was busy. To answer the phone, I was busy.
Versus incarceration. And I believe, given his history, which is all related to abuse of substances and to his relationship with Lauren, which has been on and off and which is currently on and going well. They have a young child together that they need to work together to raise properly. And I believe so long as Mr. Union continues to do the things he has been doing, that has a chance. I understand that whatever conditions the court may put upon him, if the court goes along with that recommendation, will be stringent and will also potentially include jail, prison time hanging over his head, that if he doesn't, comply with those provisions, then he will suffer those consequences. But I believe he's here before you today to comply. That is his intention. And I believe that the others here will tell you that he's been on a good path to do that. And hopefully the court will agree and give him that chance to do so, Your Honor. Thank you.
Who do you want to speak?
I have Shannon Storm from Alpha House? Genesis Center. Okay.
All right, what do you want me to know?
Well, I'll let you know that Brad has completed his IOP. We had sat and made appointments with Signature Health for him to continue IOP outside of the program, and also mental health counseling. But he has participated in every group that he's been asked for. He's 54 days in. Every drug test that he's taken, we do once monthly. I just brought his recent test with us, gave it to his attorney. His tests have come back negative, and he's done really well finding himself together.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Union, what do you want to tell me? No. Mr. Union.
Okay. It's been a long road since all this happened. I would just like to assure the courts that none of this will happen again. I've been working a lot, trying to get my mind right, and I just look forward to starting new and getting my life together once I am able to leave.
Well, why did all this happen?
What do you mean all this?
Well, I think there's one incident where you barged into her work and started screaming at her.
Oh, that was just in the parking lot of the car. That was me looking at the answers for our breakup, honestly. We were together and then all of a sudden we weren't, so that was just me looking for some
I
kind of
can't
closure.
imagine why she broke up with him.
During the incident, Union showed up at Simpson's lunch break, ripped the door open, and started yelling at her, demanding for his son back. February 13th. That kind of indicates to me you went into the place of work, found where she was.
It was the door of her car.
No?
It was just in the parking lot.
It was the door of her car.
Bad report then. What was the GPS tracker doing on her vehicle?
We had a lot of episodes where we were together and she was leaving all the time, disappearing, drinking alcohol with sometimes our son as well. Just me looking for a way to locate her because
Just take that last sentence with a grain of salt. He claims she was out drinking with their son. Okay? Just remember that.
Put the GPS tracker on her car?
I don't think that's true at all, but I'll show you why later.
Excuse me?
So you put the GPS tracker on her car?
Yes.
Okay.
Monica, thank you so much. Thank you. Make it green.
Why did you tell Miss Crook that you didn't put the GPS tracker on
Who's
the car?
Ms. Crook?
Miss Crook is the probation officer.
There must have been a miscommunication, and I apologize.
What did he tell you, Jamie?
He told me that it was a rental car and that's why there was a GPS.
It wasn't back.
He denied putting the GPS.
Why did you tell her that?
I do not know. If I
Well-
did miscommunicate that, then I apologize.
That's not a miscommunication, that's a lie, right?
Okay.
Right? So why did you lie to her? Why are you telling me
Because
that?
outside of it's worse than I think it was. However, I do know that it was a mistake doing such things, that's not appropriate to track someone
So-
involuntarily.
So you're here talking to me, so if you're lying to her in the preparation of this report, why am I to believe anything you say? Because you're worried about the appearance of it, so why should I believe
No,
what
I mean,
you're?
I'm not
Because
worried.
now, are you putting on a show for me?
I'm not.
Okay, so why should I believe you? You're lying to her a couple weeks ago.
I feel like I'm a man of integrity.
Then why are you lying? If you're a man of integrity.
Integrity.
Could be nervous, could be scared.
I know.
I get it.
I just didn't want to look like I was a crazy stalker in the eyes. Of course, that's not what I am. You know, these charges imply that I am, but
Well, putting a GPS tracker on who you say is your girlfriend's car kind of makes you look like that,
yes,
doesn't
I
it?
understand.
Okay.
Yes, I
And
understand.
so you didn't want me to think that, so you lied to her.
I didn't realize that you'd be reading exactly every word that I wrote. It
What
wasn't,
did-
it wasn't about
What does it matter if I was going to read it or not read it? You're trying to curtail your story to your audience, then, right? That's what you're telling me.
Not exactly.
No. Okay, so the next day, February 14th, Valentine's Day, you're over at Luke Eddy's house and you shattered the glass on the back deck, the table. Why did you do that?
To be honest, that was an accident. I meant to throw a rock at the roof of the house just to let them know that I was aware, or make them aware that I knew that she was there. It was
Why?
It was an accident hitting a table. I did not mean to inflict any damage to anyone's property.
Why were you throwing a rock at the roof to let them know you were there?
Because I was hurt at the time. Because two days prior we were together, and then I found out via text message we heard that she had a new boyfriend. So I was in a lot of pain. I was hurt, and I was alone. She had my son at some new guy's house that I didn't even know about.
So it's okay?
I didn't ever. It's not okay.
Okay. It's extreme, is what it is, right? Or not? Is it not extreme?
Yes, it was extreme. The GPS was also extreme.
And yet you told Ms. Crook that you didn't break the table. All you did was walk up and ask, "Are you okay?" and then left. That's what you told Ms. Crook.
That I was there earlier when the Rockins and I was at home, and I spoke to Lauren, and she said that she was in distress, so I went there to check her.
And broke the table.
That was an earlier instance, maybe 2 or 3 hours earlier.
So you went to Eddie's house twice,
Yes.
but you told Ms. Crook you didn't break the table. Right?
Yes.
There was an attempted violation of a protection order misdemeanor in October of 22. What was that all about?
October 22.
October 14th of 22.
Are you saying the first protection order violation?
That's what I'm saying.
that was an instance where I found out that Lauren was at a bar and she had my son in the car with another random gentleman. So I walked inside the bar to confront her about why my son was in the car.
Even though there was a
Some random guy.
protection order against you.
Yes,
How long had that protection order been in place?
not very long. That I can recall.
Okay, and then 11 days later, there's a violation of a protection order in Willoughby Court. What was that one all about?
I'm not sure if that was the one we were just speaking to.
No, it's two different ones. One's in Mentor, this one's in Willoughby.
The Willoughby one is the one I was talking about, because I know that took place in Willoughby.
What about the Mentor one?
What happened in the Mentor, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Well, I'm referring to the conviction you have for attempted violation of protection order. The incident that happened October 14th of 22.
It was an attempt.
That's right.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Who was it domestic violence against May 23?
May. That was okay. Is that what you're referring to?
No, this is a different one.
The domestic violence was, I was dropping my son off to her apartment.
Judge, I've had too many offenses for you to ask me about one specific one. Can you just use more words, Judge? Which one are you talking about?
Work. She didn't answer the door, so I had to open up her window of her apartment to let my son in so I can get to work. And then as I was leaving, I noticed that his juice cup was in my car still. So I was a little bit angry, and I wanted to make sure his juice, and I threw it through the window without even looking inside, and it accidentally hit her on the ear, like right here. So that's what that domestic violence was.
Now, why in the world would I believe that?
Because that is what happened.
So you seem to have like a run of bad luck. After breaking into her apartment, throwing the sipper cup through the window, happens to hit her in the ear. Then you're throwing a rock at a roof and it happens to break the table. That's just a run of bad luck.
That's probably more a run of bad decisions.
So all this on from September through February, right?
I think that's pretty accurate.
Yes.
What is your mental health diagnosis?
I'm not sure.
Were you ever evaluated?
Yes. I haven't gotten any results though personally.
When were you evaluated?
I believe I did an evaluation when I came to the Genesis Center. I did an assessment. I know I had one at Signature Health maybe a few years ago when we had those domestic violence charges. I believe I had to do an assessment, or when that happened, and then I was on probation for that stuff that happened in Willoughby.
Okay, but you don't believe you have any mental health problems, right?
I don't know if I agree with that statement.
Well, you told the psychological evaluator that you deny any history of mental health treatment and do not have any mental health concerns at this time.
No, at that time, not.
Mr. Union stated, I don't need any mental health treatment. I just want to be able to return home and get on with my life and fix my relationship with my girlfriend and be there for our son.
I would probably say that we probably need counseling therapy for
For what?
Couples therapy.
But you don't need any mental health treatment because you don't have any problems. You got, I don't know what world you're living in, because this stuff has been going on for 2 years. Bizarre stuff been going on for 2 years, and you don't have any mental health problems? What drug problems do you have?
Currently no drug problems.
What
Thank
drug
the Lord.
problems have you had?
I was using Klonopin, not as a drug habit. However, it was a once every few months kind of thing.
For what?
Just anxiety.
Where'd you get that?
Lawrence prescribed it.
You're taking somebody else's meds?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else that you use that you shouldn't have been using?
No.
What about marijuana?
Yes, I have smoked weed from time to time.
Benzodiazepines.
It's Klonopin.
What about alcohol?
Do drink occasionally, socially, not as it was an alcoholic or anything, not frequently.
I'm chatting with Xfinity. See why my internet's not working. Some pictures, I put them on Discord. I put them
Like,
all in Discord.
You like them to minimize all your
I
problems.
know. I
That's what
know. Wasn't that picture great? I
you
can't
did
open
when you went
Discord
through
right
the
now. I don't have the internet for it.
Pre-sentence report interview. It's what you did when you went through the psychological interview. So it seems to me you're a guy that's biding your time here. Tell me what you think I want to hear to get as minimal sanction as possible. That's how you strike me.
I'm sorry that comes across that way.
Oh, it's
Well,
that way.
It only comes
Oh,
across that way because that's
Mike's still
how it
on.
is.
Sorry.
So what do you think it is you should do if you're put on probation?
I've been fully not continuing IOP treatment.
Well, I thought you were done with the IOP.
At the Genesis Center, yes, I have cleaned there, but I fully intend on continuing that.
Where?
Signature Health was the first place I was going to look to.
Did you start there?
I haven't been able to because I've been at the Genesis Center. And
The Genesis Center was for the IOP, right?
It was
Right.
PHP and IOP.
And the Alpha House is a sober living facility,
Yeah.
right?
When you're at the Alpha House, you go to the Genesis Center 5 days a week.
Right.
For 4 hours.
So your goal is to get home as soon as possible, right?
That's what I would like to do, but I would like to continue getting some kind of help once I leave the Alpha House, if I do in fact do.
Okay, help for what?
Just life's problems,
Like what?
dealing with relationships, Klonopin, alcohol, marijuana. Just trying to be a good citizen, and, be there to raise my children.
So you're telling me you never had a mental health evaluation, right?
I believe that I did have one when I was at Signature Health. When I was on probation, they made me get an evaluation for probation there.
When was that?
Excuse me?
When was that?
2 years ago, possibly.
Okay. You don't remember what they told you?
I was doing dual diagnosis therapy once every 2 weeks at Signature Health.
So am I to assume that this nonsense that's been going on is all of a sudden going to stop?
I'm hoping that it will stop. Yes, that's my intent, not to do any of this craziness anymore.
Well, I would hope that would be your intention.
Yes, it is.
Okay, but this is your actions are very concerning to me. I mean, one of these incidents, she's taking the trash out and here's footsteps, it's you coming toward her. And then you grab her by the arm. What was that all about?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
I'm referring to the time that she was taking out the garbage, turned around, and you were coming at her. And then eventually caught her and grabbed her arm. So what was that all about?
I don't recall what the instance was, but I'm sure it was just me looking for answers to why we were together a few days prior, then
What?
all of a sudden there was a protection order.
Well, you just don't go up to the drugstore and get a protection order. You got to go through a process to prove certain facts before a protection order gets issued. Okay? So you're just kind of like an innocent bystander and she's out to get you for whatever reason, is what you're kind of telling me.
I can't speak onto the reasons the protection orders were filed or the thoughts that she had while filing them.
Now, didn't this have something to do with her breaking up with you or some nonsense like that?
What do you mean by that? It had to do with her using a protection order as a way to break up with me.
Why was she breaking up with you?
Xfinity fixed my connection, but when they fixed my connection, it went down for a second. We're good though. Xfinity fixed it, they said. I think I'm full stream ahead. So I'm gonna go back 10 seconds because I think you guys missed some, and it's getting good.
Some closure to why.
Okay,
I was,
what makes you think you're entitled to that closure?
I guess I was.
If she doesn't want to give it to you, what makes you think you're entitled to it? That's your problem. You think you're entitled to what you want, when you want it, how you want it. That's your problem. If she tells you to blow off today, then that's the end of it, right?
Yes.
But not with you. That's my concern about you. Sit down. Sarana.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Ms. Simpson would like to make a statement to the court prior to the state making their recommendation.
I don't think we can hear Miss Simpson or whatever her name is very well, but who cares?
Do you want to tell me?
I'd just like to comment on how quickly this turned into a dumpster fire. I think he's terrified of the consequences that are coming his way potentially, and I.
Well, he should be.
Yes, and I also agree with you that he is downsizing this regarding, like downplaying this regarding some of the shaded comments. I'm very proud of him. I am entitled to some help with my child, as he is a father, and he was a loving one, and he has been a great one until he started having some drug and alcohol problems. And we both kind of cyclically had some of those problems together. I am not faultless in this. I did not do some of those extreme things or any of those extreme things, but I did exactly not provoke some of the situation as well. This is the best I've seen him look in years. I have taken my son up to the Alpha House to visit him apprehensively, and I was just seeing him when I came in here. I almost had a mental breakdown because he looks great and he's doing great. And the things I hear from the people he's been around at the Alpha House, I haven't seen this in years. And I do think that he is going to, I know that he is going to do what he's telling you he's going to do. This is scaring him, and he is not good at opening his face and saying intelligent things. It's never been his strong suit. But this is not something that's going to be a repeat, and it's not going to be something that I'm going to cyclically provoke as well. I'm proud of him, and I think he is a man of integrity. He's going to do well in society given the opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Veronica?
Thank you, Your Honor. Just to touch on a couple of things that were spoken about with
There's
the defendant
Fuzzy.
here. In addition to the tracker and the showing up at boyfriend's houses and all just taking out the trash, there was a pattern of
I didn't like it.
incessant phone calling as well that, I mean, in certain days went up to 379 calls in one day, 231 calls in one day,
Yeah.
199 calls
How
in
do
one
you
day,
physically do that?
130 calls, 155 calls. These are all within January and February, so leading up to these offenses. So I do think that there is a significant mental health component to this. The state did agree as part of the plea to recommend community control sanctions, and the defendant has not violated his bond since he has been in treatment. The state is going to continue to recommend community control sanctions. However, even the most recent bond violation for the OVI in July involved the defendant at 2 a.m. crashing his vehicle, drunk, looking for Ms. Simpson with their 4-year-old son in the car. I think that shows as recently as July that there is.
I want to talk about what she just said there, so that's why I stopped it there. There's Allie, ATX, right there. Fozzie, me. There's Donald, Ramona, and Victoria. Yeah, yeah. They were all there. Yeah, I didn't like the blue dress. It made me look like I was a librarian or something. Jeez. But yeah, we all were there. It was great. We're missing Shatoria. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get her real quick. And then I want to talk about what she just said. Oh, there she is. That's a good one. So this poor girl, every single time she comes up to the judge over his shoulder to ask him something, somebody in chat, just somebody says, "Oh, look, there's Victoria." It happens every single time. Yeah, the boots. That's what you saw with my boots. He spelled it wrong. Oh man. Oh, it was so good. It was so delicious. Put a piece of steak in your mouth from Texas and then drink a beer. Oh my gosh. It was so good. Oh, I want to do it now. I want to do it again. But these are the flowers the judge got me. Yeah, John, that would have been fun. I have a beagle. We could have talked about beagles all day long. I know, Beverly. I know. It was awesome. It was so good. So he got in trouble once because he crashed his car drunk driving with his son in the car. That's why I think I know all you guys are gonna get mad at me, but all the girls are gonna be like, "Yep." That's why I think that she doesn't go to bars, and drive around drunk with her son because, yeah, I'm gonna say the G word. I'm gonna say the G word hard here. I think he's gaslighting. I think he's the one that does it. I think he's, what's the word? Accusing her of doing it, even though he's the one that does it. And I say this because I've been there a billion times. But maybe she did. Who knows? I wasn't there.
Not only an issue with alcohol and substances, but an issue
Yeah, it was.
still with his
Yeah, it was.
relationship with Miss Simpson. And so the state is going to ask that you adopt the recommendation of the probation department. I would also specifically ask for mental health treatment outside of just the drug treatment and the IOPs and outside of couples counseling,
There
like
goes all
actual
the
mental
women.
health treatment, because whether or not the defendant wants to
There goes all the women right away. Yep, that's right.
state that that's a problem, I think it's clear from the fact that that is something that has contributed to all of this behavior. Thank you.
What were you doing driving around with your son at 2 in the morning?
I was worried.
Why were you riding around with your son under the influence at 2 in the morning?
I believe there was a test that there was.
I wasn't under the influence of alcohol. I blew a .01 at the police department. However, I was under the influence of Klonopin that day. We had an argument.
Okay, so you were under the influence of a drug.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
It affected me in a way that I wasn't aware it was going to affect me. I had one shot of alcohol to go with it, and I've been told that that's a very dangerous combination that I was unaware of at the time. We had an argument earlier that day, and I didn't hear from her for 6, 7, 8 hours.
How old are you?
38 years old.
Okay. This having an argument with your girlfriend and getting mad about it, driving around looking for her, is probably more appropriate for like a 16-year-old than a 38-year-old.
Yes.
Okay. Are you stuck?
When we get in arguments, usually when she disappears like this, she goes to the bar. I was worried about her getting intoxicated at a bar.
So what did you do? Check different bars?
Yes, she has a few local bars that she hangs out at.
Why don't you have a driver's license?
Because of the impending case that night.
Where do you work?
In Manor, I do landscaping and snow plowing in the winter. It's called Crookshanks Maintenance.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the drug and alcohol evaluation. I've considered
Drugs.
what everybody has said here today. I've considered all the provisions of 29, 20, and 11, 12, and 13. I'm going to place you on community control for 5 years. You're going to serve 47 days in the jail with credit for 47. You're going to remain at the Alpha House sober living facility for a minimum of a total of 6 months. You're going to continue your aftercare, or if you haven't started the aftercare, you're going to start the aftercare, complete it, and follow all recommendations. You're to have no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. You're going to get a mental health evaluation, a new one. You're going to follow all the recommendations. You're going to attend at least 3 AA meetings a week and obtain a sponsor and maintain a sponsor. You're to utilize only one doctor and one dentist and one pharmacy for any prescription medication. If you are prescribed medication, you're to take it only as prescribed and sign releases for probation to get your records.
So he got community correction for 5 years, and he has to stay locked up for at least 6 more months. He's already been through some of it. I think he got locked up in August. So he has to be locked up for 6 months before he can start doing the levels of community correction. Now remember, community correction is locked up too. You're locked up in community correction, and once you go through so many classes, then you can get like a job and get out on work release. And then once you go through so many classes, then you can get like an overnight somewhere out. It's steps that he has to take before he can actually get out.
A valid driver's license, maintain and obtain and maintain full employment, and pay the cost and supervision fees.
Man, everything.
Anything else, Ms. Crook?
Oh, it's so pretty
We
here.
were recommending no contact.
Okay. You understand all the terms?
Did you say I have to stay at the Alpha House for 6 months?
6 months total. I was going to ask, is that 6 months from August 28th or 6 months from now?
Right.
Some of the things that you're ordering over at the office, he will not be allowed to do because it's so constricted and to where they're not allowed to work.
Okay, well,
They're not allowed to, like, there's so many different things, but he can continue IOP at the Genesis Center,
okay.
staying at the Alpha House.
Well, I don't care where he does the IOP or the aftercare. Just that he does it. And if you can't work while you're
Okay,
there,
Marty.
then when you get out, you work.
It's 52 frigid today.
So I assume you can get a mental health evaluation, right?
Yes, we can send him out to, if he stays with the Genesis Center, I can help him through,
Okay.
eventually through all those things, getting his driver's license.
Okay.
Setting him up for the mental health evaluations and stuff. So
And
if
taste.
he-
I think he needs
even at
taste
the
a lot.
Genesis Center, that I can help him with all those things that he listed.
Okay, then that's what you're gonna do. You got any question?
Oh my gosh. Mike? Wait, is this the Mike Baker that was here that from the beginning? Like you were always in my chat at the way back at the beginning when I started. Is that you? Is it? I think it is. Hey Mike, how are you? I remember you. I remember you when there was just a few of us in chat. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Did you get the answer your question? Is it
6 months from August 28th or 6 months from now?
6 months total.
total. All right, so that's from August 28th.
So I have to remain at the Owl
At
House
the Owl
for another
House.
4 months?
Correct.
Here we
And
go.
It's clear that
Here we
you
go.
don't want to. It's clear you
I
want to leave
just-
now.
I have a 4-year-old that dearly misses me and that I need him as much as I need
So,
him.
so why don't you figure out how to live your life like a 38-year-old, okay? And then you won't have people telling you where you have to live and when you have to live there and how long you have to live there and live a normal life for a 38-year-old. That's the answer. You got problems that you may or may not resolve. And your attitude here today is you want to get the hell out of here with as little as possible, as soon as possible, and aren't really concerned with addressing the problem that you have, the problems that you have. So you're going to fail. None of this means anything. You're going to fail because you don't want to do this stuff.
Kelly, you remember Mike? Thank you, Fozzie. Kelly, you should remember Mike.
Any other questions? Is that a no?
No.
Okay. Now, if you do not comply with each and every one of these terms, state will file a motion to terminate your community control. And if I find you violated, I'll terminate it and you'll go to prison for 60 months. 60, 5 years. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, guys, now it gets real good.
And then when you get out, you might be on post-release control to the parole authority. And then they'll put conditions on you. They'll tell you what you have to do. And if you don't listen to them, then they could send you right back to prison for up to 9 months each time you violate, up to 1/2 of the 60 months that I gave you. And if your violation's a new felony, then in addition to getting prosecuted for that, you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for the violation. And you'll do either 12 months or the time left under post-release control, whichever is more. As you sit there and shake your head in disbelief that you're having to endure all this stuff.
I've endured a lot, Your Honor.
No, you screwed around a lot, breaking the law a lot, doing things you're not supposed to be doing a lot. You haven't endured shit, okay? Now, if you want, I can just send you to prison. You won't have to be on probation.
Please
You
don't.
want that?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Hronik?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Reardon?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Now, whether I see you again, Mr. Union, is completely up to you. You don't want to see me again? Do what you're supposed to do and live like an adult.
Oh,
Hey, Robin, how are you? Okay. You gotta love him. We play him. We've been playing him for a couple years now, and he never, ever, ever fails to deliver. You know? Fozzie, thank you. Oh, I closed the other tab. I don't know who's getting the memberships. I can't see here. Okay. Now, thanks to American Courts. Hi, Carrie. Thanks to Bill, we're going back in time to the 14th to get Judge Fleischer that I missed. And don't worry, guys, we're gonna get all the days. We're gonna get all the days. Saturday and Sunday when he's not in court, I'm gonna play those days then. Oh, you can't even see my Funyuns because of this green screen. Funyuns. Fake onions. They're really good. All right, I don't know what happened on the 14th. No idea if it was good, bad, or indifferent. So if there's any real good parts, I do have, maybe I should start with the other ones. Hold on. I have 2 other clips of the 14th that Sit 14th. Let's start with Donald.
We have an escapee from an insane asylum.
There's Donald. Hi, Donald.
Please don't issue a warrant.
That's a crime. That's Donald.
Donald Westerdale, come on up.
We gotta get
Look
his
at
coffee
Victoria.
bell.
Hi,
Wow.
Victoria.
We give you a bunch of candy or what?
There's Ramona.
I see what happens to candy thieves. Ramona. Melissa.
Victoria,
Your Honor.
nice to
My
meet you.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Thanks for coming to say hello.
I'm on recon for court class tomorrow.
Great.
So,
I don't know why it's so
Well,
choppy.
we're always happy to have you. No, no, no.
Thicker than molasses. I could bring a bike, but it's too warm to ride.
You know, early morning rides are the best. You know, when I exercise, I go up 6 in the morning and then it's, 65, 70 degrees and it's okay if you can get up that early. I don't know if you can get up that early.
Oh, I'm up for 30.
Well, then early morning rides are the best. It's the best time to ride. There's no sun, there's no
Yo!
humidity. Well, it's low.
Hey, at 4:30, he's busy, sir. He can't be riding his bicycle.
But it's a great riding time.
I usually wear an English riding hat, but since I'm in Texas, they might think something different. So I put the,
Now it's just it's obsessive and it's bad. Just don't, because
No, Bill, it's probably my computer. It's 100% my fault. Your
Not mine.
recording is perfect.
Nobody's phone's
No,
going
no.
on.
well, it was nice seeing you folks, okay?
Look, we have
Yeah.
some more too. Do you want some more?
I know, I see you giving out to the kids all the time. Thank you, sir.
How about some Starburst?
No,
I need to go back and get some more.
Appreciate it very, very much. So great to see you.
So wait, you live in Michigan now?
Yes. I've been to several court crawls with Colin on Cromwell.
Yep.
Through the court system.
Have you been and have you seen Simpson?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shook his hand, took a picture
Nice.
with Liza Wish so I've been listening to the buff lift, Mr. Allen, the bailiff. And.
Yeah, it's always a call from Mr. Allen. When he says Mr. Allen, it's not. Nothing good is happening.
Stuff behind you, you might as well just go ahead and give it up, but he knows what you've got.
We have one of those too. Actually, several. Yeah.
Good to see everybody.
Hey, I told Donald, when you get here, run at me with your hands in your pocket. See what Steven would do.
He was not even here.
Yeah, he's not here today. But we'll get somebody to taste you.
Oh.
You're welcome.
She's sleeping. We'll see her
How long
in a
are
few
you
hours.
Just until the morning of the 16th, and I drive on back, and I'll probably get Milton on the way back again.
Really?
I stopped in there once, he was on vacation unfortunately, so I went up to the felony Florida guy in domestic essay. That let the violent both sideways in my neck for about 4 or 5 hours. I don't know how you compartmentalize some. Someone was all of us, I mean, you could see it in the chat, we just, this is tears streaming down the face.
No,
Well, I'm glad that you're here and putting it.
hopefully here for a long time.
Yeah.
Now I have to.
About the what?
Did you get it done?
Child, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, he's not real baby anymore at 2,
Yes, he is. That's a baby.
Well, okay, in a week will be 3.
That's a baby.
He's gonna be a big.
He's a
I don't
baby.
think I've ever met someone so hard-headed.
Look in
He's
the
not-
mirror, Judge.
He's me. He's never
I have one of those. His name is Ray Ray.
so, when the mind is made up on a certain thing,
Oh, yeah.
no changing whatsoever. Doesn't matter what you do, what you offer. I mean, I can offer candy, which I do all the time, and it doesn't matter. It's still enough.
It's like you're talking about yourself.
It's me. I told you. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I
So
just get flown around here. I heard it was very bad.
hopefully he's a leader.
Yeah,
He will be.
yep, with you guys,
Uh,
You mind if I be quiet and sit in your court for a
Hey,
while?
can you stand behind the bar and say hi to Linus? She's saying,
Wait,
Donald,
Can I take a picture?
right there. Yeah, because the camera's perfect.
Hi, Linus.
Hi,
Kathy,
Linus.
Ozzy, CJ, et al. Love you. Great to be here. These folks are fabulous. They even gave me candy.
My youngest is still my baby.
We
He
see
will
jury
always be
selection
my
tomorrow?
baby.
Can you-
I don't care
Yeah,
how old he
we're
gets.
supposed to have a trial tomorrow. A lot of times it caves, but I mean, if you're here, stop by, hang out.
Picking up Kathy from about 8:45, and then it'll take us an hour to get to 45 miles to get here from the airport. Then we'll stop on.
She's really coming.
Yes.
And I am her chauffeur.
I mean, should I YouTube tomorrow?
It's up to you, whatever you want.
You're live streaming.
And Colin's carrying me too, so. I was watching you this morning on Colin, but I gotta.
Did you see Victoria? When she said, it's up to you, and turned her head. No, it's not up to the judge anymore. Now when Victoria says that, he's got to do it.
Go there and harass those people.
Think about it.
Sure.
No worries.
That's so amazing that she's coming.
I know.
No,
How
she-
Me
excited.
too.
She's a great gal too. It's, everybody just knows her. She's got the giggle when she touches.
Yeah, I know. I listen to it every day. Give me a second on it.
No, you were just with us
done
when we played him before. All right, I'm going to go to Sav Sit. There was a Sav Sit on the 14th, guys.
Somebody bring my laptop.
Oh, it's the same
So
guy.
I need help. This is Mr. Ematom, who's on the docket. He is representing himself in this charge. Are you sure that you don't want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And if I give you a lawyer, you still don't want one? Free of charge, no cost to you. You sure you still want to represent yourself? Okay. So I've done a Feretta hearing with him, gone through the whole thing, continues to want to represent himself, even though I've offered him a lawyer. So we had him bring his, because the state is not going.
Were you there on the 14th? Didn't you go on the 15th? We're playing the 14th right now. I don't have the 15th ready. I have the 14th. I couldn't pass Donald.
To give him, he has his own documents here to be able to look at any kind of evidence that there is. And I don't know how you want to do it. Perhaps we can go into one of the witness rooms, and I can put this all on the record now so that it's all part of the record saying that, hey, today's date, this, he's brought a computer, had the opportunity to look at the evidence with one of you guys, you know, to give him time. And it's early, so he's got the next couple hours to be able to do it, because I know that.
Thanks for popping in from
Yes,
down
sir. You okay
under.
with that?
Yes, sir, that's exactly what we do. We can provide them to the discovery to review. We may have to redact some things in the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure when we're dealing
Yes.
with pro se defendants and offense reports under 3914.
Do you want to take a second to do that? And then when you're ready, let me know, and then we can have one of you guys accompany Mr. Ematom to the room back there and take as long as he needs.
Sure.
Is that okay?
This is the
And then when he's done,
14th.
we'll put everything on the record of all that he's looked at, all that he's seen, all that he's given.
Bill
access
even
to.
named it
That
the
way record's
14th,
complete with everything, so there's no
10.14. I
issues
got
with it.
15
Sure.
too, but
Is that
I'm
okay,
doing the
Mr. Ematom?
14th.
Okay, so they're gonna have to redact some stuff, so just give me a second, just kind of hang tight. If there's anything you want to file, feel free to do it now.
I did it at the clerk's office already. Motion to suppress evidence.
Okay? You can also do it here.
All right, I'll do the
So
14th
next
and the
time,
15th
Bring
today.
your stuff over here. We can
I have
accept
it
it
ready.
here. That way you don't have to make multiple trips here and there, because I know you live out of town, right?
Yeah.
It's silly for you to have to come in multiple times. Just come in at one time, file your stuff here.
Bye,
That way
Sue.
you don't have to make
Thank you
multiple
for
trips, and
coming.
then we can take a look at it as we go. Okay? So just hang tight. When they're ready to let me know, and then we'll put you guys in the room.
All right, Judge, we have an arraignment, page 6, and brief.
Hold on, Judge. Okay, Judge, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Guys, we're going on the record. Please keep it down. Today's date is October 14th. It's approximately 9:44 in the morning. I have in front of me,
Judge, what date is it again? Hold on, let's look.
Guys, we're going on the record. Please keep it down. Today's date is October 14th. It's approximately 9:44 in the morning. I have in front of me. Mr. Eaton Emitom, cause number 2522688. Will the parties please identify themselves for purposes of the record?
George Lindsay for the state of Texas, bar number 240-99050.
Okay, so I've said today's date, and we were here previously, I would say probably about a month ago, where Mr. Emitom has stated that he wants to represent himself. We went through a full FREDA hearing, and I think that he's, I don't know whether he's qualified or not, but if he wants to represent himself, who am I to step in his way? And I'm going to let him represent himself. I've also today offered him counsel and told him that if he wants court-appointed counsel, I'm happy to provide it to him at no charge. Would you like counsel, Mr. Emitom? So you still want to represent yourself?
Yes, I still want to do pro se.
Okay. So at this point in the game, I think the state is still requesting and has outstanding discovery. They have in their possession now 2 articles. Mr. Lindsay, would you like to?
Yes, I would, Judge. The state was given notice this morning that the defendant had arrived to review discovery. The state has in its possession an offense report. The offense report number by Houston Police Department 1103179-24. Within that offense report contains personal identifying information of the complainant in this case, of which is the main complainant as identified on a felony charging instrument against the defendant in conjunction with this case. Under 3914, under Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, outlines certain procedures to release discovery to a pro se defendant. The state is in the process of reviewing said offense report, Your Honor.
Me
Making
too.
the necessary redactions, and we'll be able to have him review that document today. There is also a body cam associated with this case that was on the day of. The state, however, does need time to review that camera and that video in order to make any necessary redactions as is required under the state, under 3914 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, and ask the court leave in order to do so. Since the defendant is pro se, I do not anticipate there being an issue with us coordinating with him in order to make an appointment to review that. It does have to do with his felony case, so the state would then, in the matter of judicial economy, ask that we could coordinate with the felony, so that way the defendant could come present a day. Understandably, he has to commute to present himself here at the office, not necessarily in docket. We can set up a room, and then he can review the evidence both on his felony and misdemeanor cases thoroughly, in that way to be more economical with the defendant's time and with the state and the court's time.
I think it's a great idea. So what he's saying essentially is he's going to coordinate with the felony court. That way the evidence can be at one time, all redacted at one time. So when you go up there to review everything, you don't have to come back and forth and back and forth. So they're going to coordinate with the felony court.
This
so
is
it
my
all happens at
channel.
one
This
time.
is it. Broken internet and everything.
Yeah, of course.
The motion to suppress evidence from, I don't know if that's what I filed today, just to look at this, suppress some of the evidence because I had some arguments in that. And I also have the witness with me that wants to file the affidavit that was claiming the legal hemp that was in the vehicle. So they also want to file. I know that was on video. I had my own video that was recorded from the witness that was recording that day too, but I haven't submitted. That was just my evidence that I had. So I'm still waiting for the body cam as well.
I have looked with our clerks. We don't see the motion to suppress.
I have a copy, right? I just did it today.
Oh, you filed it
Yeah, that's
today.
what
Oh, I see. Okay.
For the purpose of the record, Judge, the state has not been given any motion.
Right. And we don't have it either because since he just filed it, it's going to take a couple days to work it through for them to make copies. And then they upload it to what's called deeds, which is the database where we get to look at all motions that have been filed. It takes at least 2 to 3 days just to work it through all to get onto deeds for us to even look at it. typically, when you give
Me
something,
too.
you have to provide it to all parties at the same time. So you also have to provide it to the state as well. Okay,
I could right here if they need it, or if they need to make it.
we can, yeah, we'll do that for you if you like. First file it, and then we can make a copy. Whoever you want to file anything as well, or whoever's here that wants to file it, they're welcome to file anything over here. We can make copies and provide it to the state as well. As far as the motion to suppress is concerned, we don't do it just on a day here or a day there. We carry it with trial. So what we'd essentially do is we would pick a jury, and then we hear all motions at that time. After we do jury selection, we would kind of break, send them for lunch, and then we do all motions at that time. So we don't do it, motion to suppress here and then go to trial there. It is all done at one time for judicial economy as well. That way we're not going back and forth, right? Because what happens is if I deny your motion to suppress here, you're going to want to have to, sometimes you want to redo it again in trial. So I don't want to just double up like that. So that's why we do it all at one time. So we're not going to do any motion to suppress. You can file everything now if you'd like, but we will carry it with trial. And it's going to take a while to get to trial because I don't even know what other evidence is outstanding, but because you have a felony case as well, it's going to take a while for you to get through and look at all the evidence. So what I would say is within maybe like 3-4 weeks, call and make an appointment with them, and I can get them to give you their main direct line.
Like it was yesterday.
And that way you can call, set up an appointment, and then you can come up to their office. They'll give you a particular room and you can sit and review all the evidence at one time. It's going to take them a while, so you be patient because remember, you also have a case upstairs, so they're going to have to coordinate with them, get all the evidence for everything at one time and have someone redact it.
I need to bring a CD or a USB or anything to get the
They're
file.
not, I don't think that they're going to let you copy it. You bring your own device to look at everything, and then you can take, like take a legal pad to take notes, but I don't think that they're going to give you a copy.
So I can get that type of evidence to help represent myself in the case.
You can look, you can view it,
View it.
just view it, right? You don't give
Officer's complaint or anything.
Yeah, get.
anything that's a public record that's in deeds, you can. So you can always go through the district clerk's website and, put in your name. They'll have a list of documents there. You can always, make copies and have those documents, but a lot of the stuff that they have in their files, you can't just take and keep it for yourself. It has a lot of sensitive information. And because of that, they don't want to just give it up. And then they don't want you to disseminate it out elsewhere. And so it could be very problematic. So as a result, you go to the office, go to their office, take a couple hours as much as you want. You can go 5 times if you want. You can go 6 times, as many times as you want. You can go and look at the evidence. I don't think they're going to give you a copy to take home.
That's the case indicted yet? Has it been indicted yet?
Your Honor, the misdemeanor, there is no indictment charged by misdemeanor information under the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. There is a felony indictment that's already been returned by a grand jury for felony.
So it has been indicted in the felony case. When was it indicted?
The felony was indicted September 16th, 2024, Your Honor.
You should be able to go to the district clerk's website, put in your identifiers and pull up all the information that you have there so that you can get a good idea of what's out there.
And also, Your Honor, the district clerk is located on the 3rd floor of this building in case he doesn't have computer access. He wants to go in person.
Well, he's got one, and I think that he's actually been there as well to file documents.
No, she's just
Anything else you'd like to
really
add?
staring really hard
Okay.
at something.
Do you want to set off a month, 5 weeks?
A month will be fine, Judge. He'll give us some time to take a look at the body camera and make the redactions that we necessarily need to make. And then hopefully we can coordinate an appointment before we return to court. That would be the state's position. So hopefully we can get all the discovery reviewed before our next setting. So maybe even
That's enough
5
time
weeks.
for everything, right?
Yes, sir. That would be our intent. I think the felony has a setting currently of October 22nd, so next week. So I'll contact the felony prosecutor up there and kind of see what their schedule allows for. If we could set off 5 weeks, I guess, Judge. I mean, whatever the court
So
deems appropriate.
what day 5 weeks from today is good for Victoria?
So November 18th through the 21st.
What day would you like? November 18th through the 21st.
18th, right?
Well, hold on, let's see. So November 18th is a Monday. You want that Monday? The Wednesday is the 20th. You want the Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay, so November 20th is our next setting here. And then I would say wait at least 3 to 4. This is a 5-week setting to give them enough time to get everything done so that you can look at everything before our next setting here. So I would say 3.5 weeks to 4 weeks out, probably. I would make an appointment for the week of like November 11th to look at everything that they have. And hopefully they'll have everything done. You should be able to have everything, right? You think
I
so?
hope, Judge.
What if I don't?
You never
have
know
it-
what's gonna happen in 4 weeks, right?
If I don't get to see the videos by the next hearing, or if this is the way I
You
don't.
will get as much time as you need. I'm never gonna rush you. I will never do anything to hinder any kind of, anything for you. If they don't have it ready, I can give you more time. There will never be an issue with time, right? You're gonna have a lot of time upstairs as well. So don't worry about the time. It's a matter of trying to make it so you don't have to keep coming back and forth and back and forth. And perhaps when you go up with your felony court next time up there, ask them for this same date here, that we don't have to piecemeal for the felony misdemeanor as well.
Witness, what should they file their affidavit? Do they just need to do that with the clerk downstairs, or?
Raven Lenis is single.
Yeah, I mean, they've done it properly.
I just got them here with me, so today, so they're
File
trying
with
to
the
find.
clerk, Judge. Clerk will
Yeah.
swear them in on their document and they can turn
Yeah,
it in.
okay, bring them here. They can swear to anything here.
And just bringing them paperwork. Okay.
Swear them here. Anything else?
Not from the state, Judge.
Chairman Tom, anything? Okay, so we'll see you here November 20th. Make sure you make an appointment. Try probably like 4 weeks, week of the 11th, and then good luck. Okay, all right,
Someone with the document.
off the record. Yeah, pending discovery, yeah. All they have is body cam.
Grab it.
Okay, now I'm going to the 15th. We can do the 14th docket some other time. Fozzie wants me to go to the 15th. I'm guessing it's
Now
near
he's gonna
the
get a
end.
7-day setting and
Hi,
then.
Judge.
Good. Operation committed with.
Hold on, guys. I'm looking. Oh, there he is. Is that him?
Five within
Right
five,
there? Is
and
that Fozzie?
subsection H reads, the subsection applies to a person convicted of a second.
Oh, Allie left. Look, Allie left Fozzie's side. What happened? Where she stuck like Chuck? They took her in. He's all alone. Oh, there she is. She's back. Allie's back with Fozzie. Oh, Fozzie left Allie's side. He's stuck like Chuck. Okay, they're back. Oh my God. Here we go. Let's see him get tased. Tase him. No matter what's going on in court 5, there's always that stapler or stamper going.
So you guys have come all the way over. Do you want to come and take a picture at least together, like in front? Because we're so happy to have you come in and say hello.
You didn't say permission to approach, guys. This is a courthouse. This is a playground.
I think it's Fred. I do too, I agree.
There's
Fonzie, did you get your hair cut for us?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Oh, I knew it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, got it.
Cool.
I did several just in case.
We gotta
Just in
get
case.
the decorations too.
Again?
Everybody wants to pick
Where are those
decorations.
pictures? I didn't
Oh,
see those pictures.
I know. The people
Victoria
that
comes
I
up to
bullied
Fozzie's
come
chin
and-
too.
They come for in-person abuse.
We're done.
Okay.
The live stream is still on, if you want to say hello.
Yeah, live stream's still on, but, I wanted to make one thing abundantly clear too. I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to make one thing perfectly clear.
Uh-oh, what's Judge about to say? I don't like this.
Um,
It's been a long drive, guys.
So I was going to make a statement now online, that while we have the live stream going on, this is purely it's only for educational and transparency purposes. We don't make money. No one makes money. I don't condone anyone. So, the main purpose of this live stream is so that everybody gets to see what happens on a daily basis in court. And that's the only reason that we have this. If anything starts happening in a negative way, in a negative light, if I see others making fun of other people, mistreating, I'm going to shut it down because I don't want more harm to come from this than good. And the idea is so that people learn. And what I've told a lot of other people that we get teachers from out of state who've seen it, enjoy it, have shown it to their school kids. And that's the idea of why we have this. And the problem is that we have a lot of people that have, taken it in different directions that we don't really want it to. So that's the point, guys. And I hope that you'll be with me and understand that this is purely just an educational driven thing, that transparency, and that's it. So with that, thank you for joining us. Thank you for having us. See you mañana.
Fuzzy wanted to say hi to his
Oh.
fans.
Yes, you guys have big fans. So if you want to say hello, say hi.
Hello, everybody. Great to see y'all.
Hi, everybody. Be nice.
So, yeah, I can't believe that you guys made it. That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, I don't know how much you got to see, but this is every day.
I wasn't too late.
No.
There's traffic. but-
So,
That's great.
and this is one of the easier days.
Yeah.
Today's what? Tuesday?
Like Thursday and Friday, I was like, there's no court on Monday. Tuesday's gonna be a full day. I just want everybody was gonna be closed on Monday and you guys weren't.
No.
Holiday, I thought it
Every
was.
day, we're
Hey, you guys were closed, but you weren't.
we don't close. We're always open for business. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna shut this down and then
Hi, guys.
everybody's saying woohoo. All right, guys, hasta mañana.
ATX Alley is the woman. She's the mod in Judge Fleischer's courtroom, ATX. And that's Fozzie. You wouldn't know it, but he's also a mod in Judge Fleischer's courtroom. He just has to be awake and not working to be able to mod. Oh man. Yep, that's our ATX. She was so funny at dinner. She was so funny. And she loves her husband. Let me tell you, that girl loves her husband. I don't know how many times I told her to divorce him, and she just kept listing all the good things about him. Yep, I'm serious. She was. I'm like, divorce him. She says, no way, man. He's so cute. Oh, Linus, yes. So November 7th is when you're landing, but you're not going to be in court that day. Is that right? But you're going to be in court Friday, November 8th. I heard. It is, but she loves him. It was nice to see. It's a Romeo and Juliet like Victoria and Michael are. Wait, you land on a Friday, so you're not going to be in court that Friday? So you're going to be in court on Friday. Got it. Got it. You're going to be in court November 8th. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm taking away from this weird delayed conversation. Life differences. Got it. Seventh landing, 8 in court. And then by the 9th, she gained 20 pounds, guys. We're going to give her so much food. We're going to keep feeding her. So remember, I think Lena's is staying in like Houston 2 days and Austin. No, Houston 4 days and Austin 2 days or something like that. So we need to figure out a day early in her visit that we can send a whole bunch of snacks to that Walmart that's near there. Any snack that's like, part of your little corner of the world, get it ready. Please make sure it's not a homemade snack. Please buy it. Buy it in the package and send it. We're not going to have her eat no homemade nothing. We don't know where that stuff was made from. We don't know your kitchen. You could send us a picture and it could be anybody's kitchen. So no, 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 no. No made at home goods, even though I'm sure that you make the best snickerdoodle in the world. Positive. We ain't eating it. Donald! Hi, Donald. Donald, you missed it all. Please drive safe. Drive safe. So we're going. Oh yeah, Dr. Now can. Yes, we will get her so big that Dr. Now, Dr. Now will need her. She's in Houston. She's right there. Yeah. So yeah. If anybody who was in Texas has any more pictures, throw them in Discord, please. Yeah. The portions are tiny. You'll be fine. Just one bite at a time. Safe travels, Donald. Yep. Gator tail. I don't think she'll eat that. I just don't. I just can't see it. So, thank you, Casey. So we're gonna get snacks. We're gonna send them to this Walmart. I'll figure out the Walmart. Don't worry. I'm gonna figure that out. Um, I know we still have plenty of time, and well, I put mine in general, but I should probably put them again in place videos here. I should probably put them in place videos here or just for Vibers. I'll put them in just for Vibers. I think that's probably a better place to put them. Ah, ha, 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 ha. You should have seen me before I got on the plane. The bar didn't open till 5. I got there at exactly 5. Like, I went up at 4:44, and she's like, "No, can't let you in yet. It opens at 5." I was like, "Wow, damn." So, 4:59, I'm standing there, and it turns 5 o'clock, and I said, "Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Let me in." And then they gave me this watered down beer. Tasted like water, so I had to have, like, quite a few of those. They were they were expensive, but, you know. No, I rarely ever, 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 ever watch Judge Simpson. I do not have time. I miss my judges so much. I miss, who I really miss? What doesn't matter. Um, Judge Giles, by the way. But I I don't get this. I don't get to watch those judges anymore. I have to find content, play content, and then I go to sleep. And then I find content, play content, and go to sleep. So I didn't see a vow renewal, but security, I really don't think I would be interested in a marriage vow renewal. I'd be in the back saying, "Run, get away, get a divorce while you're here." So alligator tail tastes like chicken? I'm gonna just say if you say so. No, I don't want to eat an alligator. I don't think I want it. Not because I don't think I like it. It's because I don't want anybody to catch them and cook them. Let them go. Let them go. It's in the video. Which video? Judge Simpson's stream, or are we talking about a different video? I've been to Florida quite often in my lifetime, and never would like I must have went to the wrong spots because never once would I go to, oh man, I gotta get some food in Florida. Oh, place videos here. This one. I am not gonna play this whole thing now. Oh, look at him. Oh, hello there.
Yes, I see. All
Husband.
right. Where are you guys from? Indiana. India.
They're from Indiana and they're getting remarried in Michigan. You allowed to do that? Husband did this for his wife. Is his wife a court watcher? That's very sweet. It really is. I did a few weddings here. I know. He looks like a preacher in that shirt and that robe. Florida steak? I've never heard anybody say that. Texas is steak. You and me both. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That would make your mind think a little bit. Mr. Allen was right there. Florida is an easy drive for me, right down 95. I mean, I can do it with my eyes closed. I've done it a million times. I know where the gas is. I know where to stop to get the best gas prices. But Texas, I can't drive to. Texas is too far. I popped my eardrum yesterday on the way home in the plane. I can't really hear out of this ear at all. I was working tonight and people are talking. People, I don't know why, but when it's extra noisy in a restaurant, that's when people talk like this. And I know they don't talk like that in their normal life. I know they're louder than that. I know if I want food, I'm talking loud enough for them to hear me. I want this. I don't whisper. And I never whisper when I want beer. But no, all night tonight people were whispering at me and I was ready to jump over their table. But you are in Tennessee, right, Beverly? Are you in Tennessee? Oh no, you're in Florida. You were in Florida. I've been to Pensacola most out of all of Florida and Miami, but mostly Pensacola, which is really way at the top. Like it's not down. And Jacksonville. I've been to Jacksonville quite a lot too, which is also at the top. So I've never really gone deep down. The villages. So the villages are in Florida. I think it's a humongous um tell me if I'm wrong. You guys are going to know cuz it's humongous. The villages is a humongous like community of elderly and they have a whole bunch of stuff at the villages, bars and churches and like big it's like a big little city in itself, the villages. I don't know where it is, but my friends from Lancaster moved down there a couple years ago, and they keep begging me to come to Florida to visit them, and I will get to go see the villages. Yep, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna get to go see the villages one day when I go see my friend Brian. They tell me how much fun they have there. And I hear it's huge. Like it's just so big. Oh, is it just north of Orlando? Okay. So it's down south further. All right, guys. It's time to go. I'm not going to touch anybody. Do not worry. Oh my gosh. Has heard about the villages from England. Yeah, you can get lucky there. Anybody can get lucky there. That's a fact. Donald, please be careful driving. It's oh no, it's 6. To me it's late. It's not late, it's very early. They have lots of golf carts. Yep. 92 people have stuck around while we're just chatting at nothing right now. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Mike, I really appreciate you coming in today. I was thinking about you the other day. I'm glad that you're okay. Where so you go to Texas to get drunk, get a DUI, and then you go to the villages in Orlando to sleep it off. Security, knock it off. Speak English. 1050, 1150. She sure is. She really is. Yep, yep, yep. Venus is going to come to America with her accent. She's going to have men and women at her feet. Maiko, I Monica, you just broke my head. Maiko, I'll see you in a couple hours. I'm going to be there. Linus, I'm going to see you in a couple hours. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I missed you guys a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. My whole ride home from Philadelphia, I was talking to you guys in the car to tell you what I wanted to tell you about Texas. All right. Tomorrow we're going to do more Judge Fleischer because we missed a lot. I'll see you. No. Me and Linus are going to get married, Fuzzy. We're going to get married. We're probably going to live separately, but it's okay. That's the best marriage ever. All right, guys, be good. See ya.
Got these lights that goes digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her street sparks electric light. Late at night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes near a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With extreme, she brings the light turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom, eyes blue like a summer's moon. Her humor dark and twisted sharp, in a way there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night, her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom, eyes blue like a summer's moon. Her humor dark and twisted sharp, in a way there's no alarm.